Hey gang, it is time for the video of the day. I seen this thing on Facebook. It said, if somebody throws something at the president, does the Secret Service yell Donald Duck? I can see it now. Somebody throws something at him. Secret Service guy goes, Donald Duck! And the president looks at him, Donald goes, Mickey Mouse! Donald Duck! Mickey Mouse! I thought it was funny, okay? Guess it's not as funny as it sounded. In any event. I went into a place today to pick up, and I was talking to the guy that loaded me. They got a big sign. It was 3 foot tall, 2 foot wide, talking about how you had to have a mask and it had to fit over your nose and mouth per CDC recommendations and yada yada yada. This sign was obviously, this company had the sign made. It wasn't handwritten or anything like that. Well, when the guy came to load me, he had it like I wear it, down here. And I said to him jokingly, I said, do they ever tell you need to pull your mask up? He looked at me and went, no, they wouldn't dare. I was like, what do you mean they wouldn't dare? And he told me the story. About 3 weeks ago, he got sick. Called in sick twice. He was coughing. That was a Wednesday and a Thursday that he called in sick. On Friday, it was Wednesday and Thursday he called in sick. Called again sick on Friday, but Friday he just had an uncontrollable cough. Well, he eventually, that afternoon, started coughing up phlegm, and some of that phlegm had a red tint to it, so his wife was like, ER. Took him to the ER, and of course, first thing they did was check him for COVID-19. Test came back positive. So they quarantined him. His wife and his adult children couldn't even come see him. Now here's the funny part. He's in the emergency room with his wife, and they let his wife leave, but he had to stay. And they weren't wearing masks. He thought that was a little fishy. Well, come to find out, first of all, his wife and him went to high school with the guy that is their doctor. So she called him and told him that he was in the hospital with COVID-19, and the doc assured him that he would go and check on him Monday morning. So he was in isolation all weekend, in a room at the hospital all by himself. All he ever saw was the nurses. His doctor came in Monday morning. He's still got a cough. They've given him some cough medicine to help calm his cough down, but it's still, he was still coughing. His doctor came in, looked at his chart, looked at his ears, looked at his mouth, looked at his eyes, listened to his lungs, and he said, well, we're going to put you on an antibiotic. We're going to get you on a real strong antibiotic, and we're going to get you going. He says, Doc, am I going to kick this? He said, well, we'll talk about that in a couple of days. Tuesday came in, did the same thing. Said, okay, everything's looking good. You feeling better? And he said, yeah, I am feeling a little better. I'm not coughing as much, and I feel I got a little bit more energy. And so he went ahead, and doctor came in Wednesday and checked him out. He said, how you feel? He says, Doc, I'm feeling really good. I'd kind of like to go home. I'm feeling good. And the doc said, well, tell you what we're going to do. We're going to keep you here one more night. And I'll come in tomorrow morning. If everything's kosher tomorrow morning, we'll get you out of here. And he said, are you telling me I beat this COVID-19 in a week? And he said, what COVID-19? He said, well, they told me I had COVID-19. He said, you don't have COVID-19. He said, you have a very serious upper respiratory infection, but you don't have COVID-19. This is where our society is going, folks. This man had a serious upper respiratory infection. He figures it probably started Tuesday night. That's why he called in sick on Wednesday. He told me, he said, I figure it probably started Tuesday night. He said, if I would have went to the doctor Wednesday when I called in, something's on my floor. If he would have went to the doctor on Wednesday when he called in, he might have found out that he had an upper respiratory infection. Well, then what happened is he couldn't get back to work because he had been diagnosed with COVID-19. The place he worked for wouldn't let him come back to work. So they were sending him to their place that they wanted him to go to get checked. And it kept coming back positive. Finally, he talked to his buddy, who's the doctor, told him what was going on. He called the lab and said he doesn't have COVID-19. He has a serious upper respiratory infection. He went back in again, and voila, the COVID-19 suddenly went away. This is what our society's coming to. I couldn't believe it. I just stood there, dumbfounded. He started laughing. He said, stupid, isn't it? And he had on a Trump 2020 hat. They got him here at the truck stop I'm at for $10. I almost went and bought one. But that's where our society is coming to, folks. All this mask wearing and all that stuff, you know, they're just trying to make you do things for them. And I'm telling you, folks, in November, y'all better get them damn Democrats out of there, because they're the ones that are at the front of this. Some of them aren't up for re-election, but those ones that are, get them out of there, because they're the ones that are at the head of this. Okay? Is Trump the perfect president? Not at all. Okay? You know, he's the one talking about our testing for COVID-19, and the reason we have so many more cases because we have this test. You know what, Don? If we had the right testing and they were doing it right, we wouldn't have so many cases. So there's one thing I disagree with him on. Okay, he thinks we got this thing cornered, and we don't have it cornered. Okay? Because there's nothing to corner. It's like I got that dog in the corner. There's no dog in this truck. If I don't get up and go over and let him out, that dog's going to pee on the floor. There's no dog to pee on the floor. It's goofy. It's absolutely ridiculous. Now, this story that I told you was a true story as it was told to me. Okay? He said he used names. He used the name of his doctor and his wife. I don't remember what their names were. But that was the story that was told to me. Folks, this is all a bunch of BS. Not saying the disease is. Okay? Because I believe the disease is real. Okay? But I think it's like the flu. You can die from the flu. If it gets bad enough, you can die from it. Okay? If the COVID-19 gets bad enough, you can die from it too. Now, when this first came out, I'm sure that there might have been some people that died from it. I'm sure when the flu first came out, there were people that died from it because they had to corner it and they had to, you know, they had to get it worked up for the treatment, what to do with it and how to fight it. But folks, I'm telling you, this whole thing is a crock. In November, it'll all go away. Okay? Because the election will be over. Democrats are going to find out it was a useless ploy, didn't work. Trump's president for another term. Got a lot. All right. Now, for those of you who watched my other video, I had somebody that commented it looked like my heating element was bad. No, the heating element that you saw in the video, the old one, okay, there was nothing wrong with that heating element. It was the thermal fuse that was bad. Because remember I told you put the two wires together and it'll turn that on? Well, that's what I did, and it worked. So it works. I just need a new thermal fuse. But there were several videos here on YouTube that I watched that they recommended that when you replace one, you replace them all. I got the whole thing in a package for like 30 bucks, so we replaced them all again. Only I did them all at the same time this time. I didn't put the heat on and then run it a couple times and then change this and run it a couple times and change that and run it a couple times and then change this. I didn't do that. Okay? I didn't do that. All right? I changed it all at once. Everything's good. As far as I know, it's still running. It's still working. If my wife's watching, she can tell you if it's still working. But if you haven't seen that video, go back and watch it. My dryer wasn't heating, and I fixed it. Of course, I'd fixed it several times before, and it... In any event. I'm in Oklahoma. I'm on my way down to Ennis, Texas. I'm about 3.5 hours out. I got to get up early in the morning. I was so cotton picking tired. I woke up at 1:30 this morning. I woke up 1:30 this morning. Felt like I had to go to the bathroom. I turned over. The feeling went away. I went back to sleep. Woke up about 20 minutes after 2. Same feeling. I finally just said, screw it. Got up, went to the bathroom, and did it all. I mean, I just said the hell with it and stayed up. So I technically got up at 1:30, but I did go back to sleep for a little while. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up, get it put on for you. Remember to like, comment, share this video. If you're on YouTube, down below, it's down there. Yeah, I see it. It's a little red rectangular box. It has white lettering that says subscribe. If you hit that button, you can subscribe to my videos. Okay? And then, right next to it's a little bell. If you hit that, it'll alert you when I put up a new video. If you're on Facebook, you can join my Facebook page, the trucking video of the day, and as long as you answer the questions, I'll be happy to add you. Okay? We have several new people that have come on. I want to welcome them. I hope you enjoy. Again, like, comment, share this video. In your comments, please feel free to let me know what you'd like me to get on here and talk about. I know I talk about COVID-19 a lot, and I talk about politics a lot, and I talk about BS a lot. And I'm sure you can all see I'm sitting in the back of my truck, okay? I'm sitting in I love this truck. It's got a table. Looks like it. My pan almost fell off. It looks like a camper almost. And then, of course, my bunk's up here. That's where I sleep. And I just leave the table up all the time. I can put the table down and make it into a bed, but I don't want to. So remember, like, comment, share this video. Let everybody know that Greg the Crazy Trucker is out here and he's creating havoc wherever he goes. Until next time, this is your host of the video of the day, Greg the Crazy Trucker, saying, see ya!